Good evening and welcome to the Year 12 Parent Information Evening. My name is Mrs Moore and I'm the head of Sixth Form. Also working within the Sixth Form is Mrs Norman, our Sixth Form manager. When you ring up to speak to anyone in the Sixth Form, it is more than likely Mrs Norman who will answer your call. She works within the Study 6 facility and is therefore within the students' remit every day, and is normally the first person that students have access to should any issues or concerns arise. Who else is available to support your child within the Sixth Form? As within the main school, each child has a tutor who they see daily. These will be their first port of calls. They'll probably be the first person they see in the mornings, and if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email your child's tutor. Obviously, subject staff are also very important at A-level and Level 3 BTEC, as they will be able to address any academic concerns, worries or questions you might have. As within the lower school, we also have access to the welfare team, the SEN team and our award-winning CEIAG officers, who offer guidance on next steps, provide help with interviews and generally just help us to prepare students for their next steps after Sixth Form. Abbey College Sixth Form is more than just about qualifications. It was Martin Luther King who said intelligence plus character is the true goal of education. Just like a tree needs water and sun and soil to thrive, students need culture, character and currency in order to become the very best versions of themselves and to take their place as productive members of society. Currency refers to the qualifications that your child will receive at the end of their 2 years here with us at Abbey College Sixth Form. These will be the things that open doorways to them on the next step of their journeys. However, in the modern world, currency alone is insufficient for success. Here at Abbey College Sixth Form, our high-quality teaching and mentoring will allow your child access to the best possible results in their qualifications. However, it will be through our tutor and enrichment programs that we will encourage the development of their character. Universities and employers are increasingly looking for 5 characteristics in their applicants. They are looking for the ability to show leadership, organisation, resilience, initiative and good communication skills. During your child's time here, they will have the opportunity to develop these attributes through a range of curricular, extra and supercurricular endeavours. Many of these will be hosted by external agencies, and these will be advertised via email, through tutor times, assemblies and through the fortnightly bulletin which is sent out to students and yourselves. So please take the time to have a read and discuss with your child. Culture in part comes from demonstrating kindness, showing respect and living without harm. Here at Abbey College Sixth Form, we are a community within which everyone is equal and has the right to feel accepted and belong. We're also part of the wider community, not just of the whole school of Abbey College, but also of Ramsey and the surrounding area. And it is important that we acknowledge the roles that we can play within both of these, through mentoring, charitable endeavours and community service. We do have high expectations at Abbey College Sixth Form. We expect excellent attendance and punctuality to lessons. We expect all students to have a minimum of 97% attendance, and should attendance fall below this benchmark, the following procedures will be triggered. When a drop in attendance is noted and no valid reason has been provided, the tutor or Sixth Form manager will have a supportive conversation with the student to ascertain the reasons for these absences. If the student's weekly absences continue to decline after this conversation, a letter will be sent home to parents to make them aware of this and the possible consequences of persistent absence within the Sixth Form. Should attendance decline further, the student and their parents will be invited in to discuss how improved attendance can be supported. It's therefore really important that if your child is unable to attend Sixth Form due to illness, that you phone the Sixth Form office on each day of their absence. If it is a prolonged absence, we may request medical evidence to support this. If there is a planned absence for a medical appointment, a university interview, a funeral, it is imperative that you inform Mrs Norman of this 48 hours in advance of the absence so that it can be authorised. We may at times request evidence to support this. Family holidays and interviews for part-time employment will not be authorised as absences by the school. In addition to their 27 hours taught in the classroom per fortnight, students also have the following sessions on their timetable: tutor time and independent study periods. It is expected that all students will remain on site during lesson time unless they have been granted home study by the head of sixth form. This usually happens in year 13 once students have completed their futures applications, but again is dependent on attendance and spirit. Part-time employment must take place outside of the school day and should be limited to a maximum of 12 hours per week. We strongly recommend that this is either one evening or one day over the weekend, and that students do not work both days over the weekend. In effect, working a Saturday and a Sunday means they are working 7 days a week, and it will lead to burnout and illness. So we recommend perhaps one evening and one day over the weekend as a very maximum. Organisation is key to success in Level 3 study. Students should all have a minimum of 3 lever arch files per subject, as well as dividers for each topic which they study. We recommend that students use an A4 pad from which notes can be removed and added to their folders, as opposed to hardback notebooks, which can very easily get filled and their notes go missing. As sixth formers, students should arrive to every lesson with the expected resources, stationery and pre-reading completed which will allow them to fully participate in the lesson. Appropriate conduct around the school. Year 12 students are now amongst the oldest students in the school, and as such are not only ambassadors for the school, but are also role models for our younger students who look up to them and aspire to be them. We therefore ask that they act in such a way when they are moving around the school, being aware of their conduct and their language. As within the main school, students are not permitted to use their mobile phones around the school, and this also includes earbuds and headphones. However, they are permitted to use them in the sixth form areas such as Cafe 6, Social 6 and Study 6, and in lessons at their teacher's discretion. There are times in a student's career with us in which they require extra support, and this comes in a variety of guises. If a student is struggling in one academic subject, academic support will be put in place through the department. They will set them targets to help support them, and intervention and sessions where necessary. If it comes to light that there is an issue across 2 or more subjects, we will place students on to initially tutor support. The student will meet with their tutor weekly. They will have academic targets set, and they will review these and work with their tutor to help organise their time, learn study skills, look at managing workload, and to help them try and make progress in that subject. If that is not successful, and in some cases it isn't, students will then progress up to sixth form support with either myself or Mrs. Norman, depending on their need. Students will meet weekly with us, and we will set those academic related targets just as the targets have. However, at this point, we will invite you in for a conversation to discuss how you can help support us as well, and students will have 8 hours of independent study added back onto their timetable if that has been removed. If they are on 4 or 6, that will be upped to 8. Students will be required to spend these periods working in Study 6 independently on their own, on work that has been set by their tutors or by their teachers. Myself or Mrs. Norman will liaise directly with the teaching staff to ascertain whether these targets have been met. Successful completion of sixth form support will see students de-escalated back down to tutor support, and then after 2 weeks that support will end. If sixth form support is not successfully completed within 4 weeks, a student will be escalated to head of sixth form support. We will again invite you in for a meeting to discuss your child's progress. The student will meet weekly with myself, and academic and attendance-based targets will be set and reviewed. The student will be required to sign in at 8:40 and again out again at 3:10, and all of their non-contact periods, so all of their time when they are not in lessons apart from lunch and break, will be spent working in Study 6. Failure to show any significant improvement after 4 weeks will lead to discussions about staying on courses and whether sixth form is the right place for them to continue their studies. I must stress though that it is very unusual for it to get to this point, and actually we can normally help students and support them on sixth form support alone. We like to praise and reward students. We like to send postcards, emails, phone calls home for excellent work. Just as we do in the lower school, it is just as important to recognise the achievements our students are making. We like to share examples of students going above and beyond on social media. We will also be having termly celebration assemblies to celebrate success not only in academia but also those who embody the Abbey College spirit. You will have received via parent mail a copy of the sixth form handbook a few weeks ago. Along with this was also a home sixth form agreement. Can I please ask that you review this with your child before they sign and return it to Mrs. Norman as soon as possible if you have not already done so. You will have the opportunity this evening to speak to your child's tutor. These are listed here and you should have already booked those appointments. If you can't make the appointments tonight but you would like to have a discussion with them, please email them to arrange that with them personally. If you have any questions for me, please do email me at samantha.moore@abbeycollege.cams.sch.uk. Thank you for your time. Good evening.